Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It started like any other Thursday morning on Good Morning Britain. The city buzzed outside, cups of coffee steamed in the studio, and Ed Balls, co-host and former politician, adjusted his notes with practiced ease. The guest that day? Skylar Reid, the newly elected leader of the Green Party and the youngest in British history at just 29. Skylar had captured the nation's imagination with bold promises of climate action, clean energy, and a tech-driven ecological revival. She was a sensation on social media, dubbed the Green Phoenix, after leading her party from near extinction into a sudden resurgence. But Ed Balls wasn't one for glitter or slogans. His job, as he saw it, was to dig beneath the surface. And dig he did. "Let me ask you straight," he began, eyebrows raised in a tone that immediately shifted the room's energy. "How exactly do you expect to replace 60% of our energy infrastructure in 5 years without sending the economy into freefall?" Skylar smiled calmly. "With investment in renewables, jobs in solar and wind." "Jobs that don't exist yet," Ed interrupted. "How do you reassure the thousands who'd lose theirs in oil, gas, logistics? You're not just running a student union anymore." The tension was immediate, sharp as a paper cut. Co-host Susanna Red tried to steer the interview into calmer waters, but Ed was relentless. He challenged Skylar on budget numbers, foreign policy gaps, and even her party's stance on decriminalizing certain drug laws. The young leader held her ground admirably, but the mood soured fast. By the time the segment ended, social media was on fire. Hashtag #EdBallsOut, hashtag Skylar deserves respect, hashtag GMB bullying. Viewers weren't holding back. One tweet read, "Ed Balls just mansplained climate change to a woman with a PhD in environmental economics. Appalling." Another said, "Disgraceful journalism. GMB should be ashamed. This isn't scrutiny, it's sabotage." And then came the storm. Over 1,200 complaints flooded Ofcom within hours, prompting an official investigation into GMB's conduct. Ed Balls had poked the green hive, and the bees were swarming. Behind the scenes, the GMB producers huddled in damage control. Meanwhile, Ed sat in his dressing room, frowning at his tablet, scrolling through the backlash. "I pushed too hard," he muttered. "Didn't I?" Susanna appeared at the door with a raised eyebrow. "You think?" "She dodged the numbers," Ed argued. "Someone had to ask." "She's not your political opponent. She's a guest. Maybe it's time to leave the bulldozer at home." That night, as every major paper ran headlines like GMB's Green Party ambush and Ed Balls faces fury, something strange happened. Skylar Reid released a video. Calm, confident, and cool as ever. "Today, I face tough questions, and I welcome them. But the way we have public discourse matters, not just for me, but for every young woman, every outsider trying to lead with new ideas. Let's be better." The video went viral, again. But so did something else. A clip someone unearthed of Ed Balls, back in 2006, passionately defending a young politician being unfairly grilled by a panel of older MPs. Skylar's campaign posted it with the caption, "Seems like we're all still learning, Ed. No hard feelings." Ed watched it that night, a glass of whiskey in hand, and cracked a rueful smile. Maybe this was what journalism and leadership was all about now. Not just the fight, but how you recover after it. Epilogue. Ofcom eventually ruled the segment aggressive but not in breach, though it recommended greater balance in interviewing political figures, especially from minority or emerging parties. Ed apologized publicly. Skylar accepted gracefully. And, in a strange twist, the two later co-hosted a climate town hall special on ITV, a fiery, passionate, but respectful debate. The green storm had passed, but the winds of change were unmistakable.